Hello, you're watching The Luna Show, and right now you're about to meet Red Legend. Alright, right now we are with Red Legend. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking. So, you are now being celebrated. You are like the person that everybody in the scene is saying, who is this guy and where did he come from? Tell us, and the viewers, and myself, who is Red Legend?
Red Legend is me. I'm Red Legend.
Hi.
I am now presently the father of the House of Legend. I didn't come from nowhere. Actually, I was around as a spectator in my younger years when I was a teenager. My cousin, Terry Cartier, he walked in the 80s and early 90s. He passed away in 1999, but he brought me around, and I was excited about the ballroom, and I was more so excited about the people away from the ballroom scene. But I started spectating 1992, but then I started walking in 1997. And from 97 to 99, I walked as a part of the House of Prada. Head to toe overness, labels, those were my categories. I actually walked Old Way Performance at the clubhouse for Mysterious Dior's mini balls. Every now and then I would do it. I was into it, but we couldn't do that at the big balls because Father Hollis and Mother Pagan Prada didn't want us to. They wanted us to be, like one of the fashion houses, and didn't want us to walk in those kind of in those arenas. But that's okay. But I'm here. I've been here. I've been around. I was away for a little while. I left the scene in 1997 when I stopped walking. I've been to I was at 3 balls after that. I was at the Latex Ball 2000, Latex Ball 2001, Icon Ball in Atlanta, Georgia 2006. And, so I was around, but I left to go to school and, work and start my businesses. And, that's what took me away from the scene. But I always said I was going to come back and lend my talent and, experience to the ballroom scene.
Okay, so why the House of Legend?
The House of Legend is very close to my heart because of Jennifer Legend, primarily because when I first hit Christopher Street, circa 1992, I went out there actually looking for her because I saw VHS tapes, throwback, of Paris is Burning, and she really intrigued me. The few cameo appearances that she made in the video, I was intrigued by her, and I wanted to find her, and I did, and we hit it off, and we were cool. I only had a few years with her because she passed away December 3rd, 1996, and I wanted to reopen the House of Legend because it was a hot house. It wasn't a really big house, and they were very family-oriented. I remember that about them, and I know that the people who are part of the House of Legend now are very family-oriented. And also, the original members of the house, the remaining original members of the House of Legend, are now part of the reopened House of Legend. Father Thomas Legend, Mother Angela Legend, Shivi Legend.
Mother Angie?
Mother Angie will be there Saturday.
Wow, I haven't seen her in years. I remember her.
Yeah, 59 and fabulous. She will be there. She will be there. She and Thomas are actually going to officially hand the house over to me. But
Do you remember Vanity?
Vanity was my baby. I miss her. She is.
She used to call me Dracula because of my eyebrows. She was
Vanity's
so cool.
mouth was crazy.
I know.
love her.
I loved her.
Yes. But yeah, that's the reason for the House of Legend, because my heart was there. Jennifer Legend was what we consider to be my first mother, my Christopher Street mother. And she was just someone I was intrigued by and I loved. And, she taught me a few things, but she was a star on Christopher Street. When she was there, she was one of the beauties. Yeah, she was
gorgeous.
Everything, and she was very sweet to me. And
But she had a sweet soul. Like, I never seen her be shady or anything. If she did, it would be like in jest and fun.
No, she wasn't.
But
shady.
she was like really sweet, from what I remember.
She was.
So tell me about your ball. You're having a ball this November 26, 2011. You're having a Harlem Nights theme.
Yes, Harlem
and the kids are now calling it a $1,000 ball. Tell us more about that.
That's funny. Well, I guess it's called a $1,000 ball because every category that we offer, the prize, people are saying, well, where are the trophies? Well, the prize money is the replacement for the trophies. It's $1,000 for every category. That's the prize. That's what they'll win, the people who actually win the categories. I just wanted to do something to reintroduce the House of Legend. I wanted to do something to kind of kickstart a lot of the programs that I have for the ballroom scene. I came back to the ballroom scene not to necessarily throw balls only, but I came back to the ballroom scene to educate, and I came back to help people to start their businesses, or help people to work, or get on their feet, get away from the stereotypical drug life, or the life of prostitution, or the violent life, or the life of theft. Get away from all of that and show the kids in the ballroom scene there is, there is an option for you away from those other options. There are so many other things that we can do beside those things that we have stereotypically been known to do. And I'm here to just help push that, or push that agenda.
Right. So what should we expect from the ball?
Well,
I know you have a lot of surprises, and you don't have to say them all.
No, I won't give it away. But I think from the ball we can expect excellence. We can expect class, elegance. We can expect grace. We can expect a mix or a combination of old school and new school. I want to do something that didn't totally leave out the old school, but didn't totally command attention from the new school. The new school is taking over, doing their own thing, and that's okay too. But I want to build a bridge between the old and the new. So we can expect those things to be visible and plainly seen at our ball on Saturday.
And you're having celebrity guests and stuff like that.
The guests will be the judges, and they're judging because I wanted to usher in a new era. Hopefully I can, where we have more objective judges, where people are being judged based on what they present, and they have to work for it. Not just win a prize because your friends or peers or brothers and sisters are on the panel, but win a prize based on the work that you put into the category. Also, I want to also admonish everybody to purchase advance tickets, because if you purchase tickets at the door, you will not be privy to the prizes that we're doing. We're doing kind of like a raffle, and they won't get the prizes and they won't get the discount at the after party, which is going to be at New York Perks, a few blocks away from the Marriott. But get advance tickets. You have
the
2 or
price
3
the
days,
same?
$30. Yeah,
So it's 30 at the door and 30 before.
Yeah.
But you only get the prizes, the raffle
with the
stuff.
ticket stub. Yes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, so, since we were talking about the old and the new, what do you think of the new kids and the direction of the ballroom scene today?
I like how the ballroom is overall. There are a few things that I am not so into, but I would prefer to focus on the positive and accent the positive than focus on the things that I dislike, or the things that can be changed.
Right.
I like the fact that people come out and they compete and they're passionate about walking. They get a little overly passionate and they want to, kind of scuffle or argue. Hopefully that, we'll learn how to leave that out of the ballroom scene, because it's a ball. It's a fantasy life. We're walking, we're competing, and at the end of the day, we'll still need each other. I like the fact that I really don't know a lot of the newer people, the new millennium ballroom people.
Do you have some of the young kids hitting you up and saying, hey?
I do. I have a lot of people hitting me up. They're wanting information about the House of Legend, information about me, about the ball, and it's all exciting. I like it. I like that. I just don't want them to forget where all of this came from. I don't want them to forget where all of this started. I don't want them to totally revamp all of the categories to the point where the old people feel alienated because they can't come, because they don't really know what's going on anymore. So I would like
in some way, I think they feel like that already.
Yeah, I think on some level. I'm hoping to help to start bridging that gap so that the older generation can start coming back, and not necessarily to walk, but to help build up the newer generation.
Or build up community as well.
Yeah.
Because I think it's important. I know that we tend to sit back and, kind of say, oh, back in my day. But I think it's important also to step up and say, okay, back in my day, but come on, let's work together and see what we
Right.
could do together. I think that'll really make
Yeah.
the scene special.
I do, and I think that a lot of times people who are from the older generation, and this doesn't just happen in ballroom, but we tend to overly fantasize and overly glorify what once was. There were we. I remember back in the day when I was a part of the ballroom scene where people were fighting and, cutting each other and throwing lye on each other and chasing each other
Oh my
up and down
God.
Christopher Street and, fighting at the ball, not necessarily throwing tables over and throwing chairs across the room, but they were fighting and there was something, but overall, they did love each other and then eventually they patched it up and it was okay. But I think sometimes we glorify what once was and making it more than what it really was, and I want us to avoid doing that. I want us to live in reality. I know ballroom is fantasy, but away from ballroom, let's be real. Let's say what really was. Because I remember things a little bit differently than a lot of my peers, but that's okay.
Okay. So that's actually a great conversation. What's one message you would like to let the viewers know about you or your ballroom career or a model that you go by? Anything you want us to know?
Well, I think I want everybody to know. Well, not necessarily know per se, but I want to encourage everybody to, pursue education and, don't turn your nose up at working. Sometimes people want to make fast money, and that's okay. If you want to make fast money, start a business. Let me help you. Let me help you to start a business, and you make fast money, and it'll be something that will keep you out of jail. It will be something that will not be detrimental to your life, and support other causes. Causes, so many people. We've lost so many people from our community. To HIV/AIDS, to diabetes, to hypertension, so many other things. But breast cancer. I know some people who have suffered from breast cancer and passed on as a result. But we need to not only focus on education and entrepreneurship, working, employment, general employment, but we also need to focus on coming together to support other causes that we may have been directly or indirectly connected to. And that's pretty much what I want to leave with people, because we really need each other, and like our counterparts in the world, we need to come together and have a solid coalition. And I'm hoping that in my own way, on my own, on my level, however I'm going to do it, however it's going to play out, I can definitely help to usher in, some good things, some good connections, and build a coalition that is unstoppable politically, economically, even personally. So that's what I want to leave with everybody. Hey, I also wanted to add that there was some questions about the naming of the categories, and I chose men to represent what we have classically known as Butch Queen. The reason why I did that is because I want to kind of recapture what Willie Ninja was trying to capture and bring heterosexuals and women more so into the ballroom scene. So the categories for men are the categories for Butch Queens, but a lot of the heterosexual men are not comfortable being called Butch Queen. Not that we're catering
Or even
to
men
them.
who have sex with men.
Right. Even on some level there are down low people who don't necessarily like to be associated with that, whatever the case is. And also the trans women categories are the femme queen categories. I want to make that clear distinction. It's trans women, transgender or transsexual. It's pre-op or post-operative transsexual, femme queen. Bottom line, we used to call it femme queen, but I'm trying to help to usher in a new era where we are reaching outside of our walls. And again, go to the website and purchase tickets. It's www.wixwix.com/houseoflegend/HOL. So I hope that clears a lot of things up for a lot of
Okay,
people.
cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're not going to be shady, just be. We're not going to be shady.